Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Off Axis Podcast, where we talk entertainment, acrobatics, business, entrepreneurship, fitness, and more. Thank you guys for tuning in. If you guys want to support, please share with your friends. Now, let's jump into the podcast. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another podcast. I'm here with Mathieu Bolillo. This is podcast number 50, so it's a special podcast, and we have a special guest. Mathieu, how are you doing today?
Pretty good. Thank you for having me today.
Yeah, you showed me some interesting stuff, some videos. You have a very interesting story, but let's get to your background first. Where are you from, and what did you do growing up?
I'm from France. I've been a high-level gymnast for 16 years. Gymnastics has always been my passion, and I have two titles, like I'm French champion on floor exercise. I'm talking about 1999 and 2001. And after that, I decided to enhance my career with embarking with Cirque Du Soleil. And I became a performer in 2004 in the show Ka.
In the show Ka.
Yes.
So Ka's been around that long. I didn't know. I thought it was kind of new still.
Ka is there since 2004. End of 2004.
And did they always have that crazy big stage?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. This it's very difficult to explain the show. You just have to go and see it. Like, it's unbelievable.
Yeah, I saw it a long time ago, probably like 2012. I just remember seeing that crazy big stage. It's like, if you guys haven't seen Cobb before, there's like, I don't know, how big would you say it was? Like 100 foot by 100 foot?
I want to say in meter, it's like 30 meters by 15.
Something.
So 90 by 30, I guess. I guess is that?
Something.
Yeah.
It's huge and it's big and the whole thing moves around. It's like the craziest stage ever built.
Yeah.
So what do you do in that show? Are you still in it?
No, I left in 2010. But I almost did everything in the show, acrobatics, almost all of the act that were there, and then I was also one of the two characters that are in the show. But yeah, pretty much everything, like the high fall from the last peg.
Yeah.
All of that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a crazy fall. It looks really fun though, and I'm assuming there's just like crash mats at the bottom.
It's airbag. Yes, and I mean, it's really fun, and it's from the audience perspective, it looks it's very impressive, but from the artist perspective, you don't completely fall because the wall is not completely vertical. You slide, you feel the wall against you. So a little mistake, you don't know where you're gonna land.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah, it looks crazy. That's I can only imagine what it feels like to be at the top of this. It's like 100 feet for those of you who are listening. And it's this giant like slide that looks like it's like almost 90 degrees, but they just slide down at the very end of the act. It looks really crazy. It's like a giant like kids playground.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, all the pegs stick out and stuff. Looks fun. It looks like it could be pretty dangerous.
Yeah.
So did you get to do that huge slide at some point during
at some point, I was the one that was doing it 2 times per night, 10 shows a week, for a couple of years.
Yeah.
And then I was also doing an act that is not there anymore. It's called The Pillars. And we were doing kind of a parkour stunt in this act. And then I get the last injured in it. I broke my leg.
Oh, no.
Yes. But I broke my leg during training, and I land before the pillar, and then I land on the ground from 15 feet, and then my leg bent the other way.
Like you're at your knee?
Yeah, my knee. Yeah, my plateau tibia. This is what I broke. Yeah.
Ooh, I hate even thinking about that stuff.
Yeah.
So it's pretty bad.
Pretty bad. Yes, like 6 months recovery. I didn't get any surgery, but
no surgery?
No, for that, no. Years after, I got my meniscus. And but for an acrobat, you have to relearn how to walk. That was mentally challenging, Yeah, this is at this time when I decided to use my other strength, which is my arms and my hands, to practice handstand.
Yeah.
Yes.
I just went through a pretty bad rehab. I like separated my shoulder, had like a concussion and stuff in a show. I like rethought everything. I was like, am I going to ever be able to move my arm again? Like it was just stuck here. I couldn't do anything. And my shoulder bone was like sticking up. And
yeah,
this was only like 4 months ago, but I was back in like 3 weeks.
Wow. But you know what? This is a message here. Like when something like this happened to you, you have two choices. Like, or you're going down to hell for good. Like or you're like, okay, maybe this is a message here. Maybe I should reconsider a little bit everything and use this accident to get something positive out of it.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. For me, I increased my protein intake a ton, and I was just eating so much protein. I cut alcohol completely. I was doing everything I possibly could to heal rebuild as quickly as I possibly could, because I really didn't want to get surgery. So I was like, I hope it can heal on its own. For like 2 weeks, I was like, oh man, I'm gonna have to get surgery. And then it was like on week 3, it just started like getting good. And then
that's nice.
Yeah,
because you put your mind into it. You know, it's just that.
Yeah,
the body is amazing.
The body is amazing. It's crazy that we heal ourselves.
Yep.
I still like, it's like we're Spider-Man or something.
Yeah.
Does Spider-Man re-heal himself? Something. Well, I guess everyone does.
With his web, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah. Wolverine is who I'm thinking of.
Yeah.
So you started doing a lot of handstands and stuff during that time.
Yeah.
Became a handstand master, I would say.
Yeah, because I want to say I had no choice. Like I was looking at my friends and colleagues doing still acrobatic stuff.
Yeah.
When I was doing my rehab, and I was like, super frustrating. So I decided to, okay, let me see what I can do on my hands, and then I could work on my hands like I work on my feet.
Yeah.
I'm better on my hands than on my feet.
That's crazy. I'm actually like the worst person at handstands. I'm like the only acrobat who can't do a handstand.
Oh, no way. I'm sure I teach you one lesson and you're gonna do it.
Yeah, if you say that, it's pretty bad. We don't practice handstands in the skate park, so like I can do a handstand on the tramp wall, but just to vertical, and then it goes back down. But I don't think I've ever held one for more than like 3 seconds.
Yeah, it's a process, you know.
Yeah.
That's also what I coach.
I think I'm just lazy. I just never wanted to learn
maybe
them.
You know.
Yeah, something about handstands. I just don't like them. So you started doing handstands. Was that when you started doing your tutorials and stuff online?
No, first I was just practicing handstand while I was still working for Cirque, and then I became like super comfortable on my hands, walking everywhere I can. Like as soon as I was seeing stairs, then I'm like, okay, let's do that. You know, walking. Like it was kind of something that I was becoming me. You know, like into me and fun, really fun. And then I decided to leave CA because I needed to rest. My family in France, I missed my family in France, and to rest and then to create my own thing. So I left in 2010. But then there is something that happened at this time when I came back to France. I was 30 at this time, and I got chickenpox.
Oh, man.
At 30, yes.
30.
Yeah, I passed like near death. Yeah, it took me about a year to get back to normal. Not even in shape, like to normal, because I spent like maybe 4 months in the bed. Like my days were like trying to sleep, wake up, having a coffee, and then go back to sleep. I was so weak. And then one day when the pimples were not here anymore, my dad told me, hey, you're not here to rest. You need to train. I'm like, Dad, I feel I'm still sick. So give me the time. He said, no, go. So, of course, I listened to my dad, Spanish, because I'm French, but I'm also Spanish.
Yeah.
So I decided to go to the gym, and then I try a handstand, and then, believe it or not, I land on my back. Like I completely lose everything. Like
just
the
no power.
like no power, no sensation. You know, usually when you fall, you roll, but I couldn't even do that. So I land like this, and I'm like, oh, something wrong is going on. So then after that, I started from scratch, everything, to gain back my muscle and the training and stuff. It took me a year probably, and then after that, this is when I decided to create my act, and then also with the maturity, and then like once you're getting older, you have more wisdom, and then you realize that, oh, that was my weakness, but now I want to use this weakness to as something very positive and something powerful. And this is what also I'm doing for people. I became also a holistic fitness coach. So like this, I can tell people that everything is possible no matter what, and I'm as a great example.
Yeah. You got chickenpox when you were 30. I remember when I was a kid, that was like the nightmare everyone would tell you about. If you get it when you're older, it's going to be really bad.
Yeah.
But I don't know anyone that actually happened to. It's crazy that it happened to you.
Yeah, it's made, let's say, for when you're kids. So like this, you can reinforce your immune system.
Yeah.
But I didn't know that I didn't have it when I was a kid. And then like 3 weeks after I came back from Vegas to France, happy to see my family, I start to see those pimples coming, and then I went to the doctor and I say, what is that? And he said, you have chickenpox. And me, I start to laugh. I'm like, what is that? And he's like, no, you're not gonna laugh, so just be careful, like just rest. And then he hit me like crazy. I was super sick. Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy. So you're a holistic nutrition coach? Is that
fitness coach?
Fitness coach.
Yeah.
What would be like your diet or regimen that you would prescribe to someone? Because there's so many different ways that people like to teach now, and like back when I was a personal trainer, it's like totally different than I would say nowadays.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not the kind of person saying you need to eat that, you need to eat that. No, it's just to build again a relationship with food. Like food is your friend. So and your body is like a car. You need the proper fuel to make your body function properly, and then also have more power. So basically, you can eat, I don't want to say whatever you want, but then there is like portions that you need to not having too much on every meal. I would say protein is good, but not too much, because I experience sometimes, like bloating and everything, and then tired. Like when I love red meat, to tell you the truth, and then if I could eat that every day, I will. But no, you need to compose yourself with those kind of stuff. Lots of vegetables, fruit, and then everything that is organic, pretty much.
Yeah.
Alcohol, I'm come from France, from Bordeaux, the red wine. So sometimes I have my glass of wine, and sometimes on occasion I have my cocktail, but that's it. Like I was young. When I was younger, yes, of course I was being wasted after the shows, like because you're young, you're like, okay, tomorrow is going to be fine.
Yeah.
But now it's different. So I choose the event when I have a little drink to celebrate.
Yeah.
That's it pretty much.
Yeah, if I drink now, I'm like, the whole next day is ruined. So I like, if I'm going to drink now, I have this whole like preparation. I take all my vitamins.
Yeah.
I like fill up a whole entire like shaker cup. Like I fill up one of these and I'll drink the whole entire thing, and then I'll start drinking and I'll fill this up again because I know I have to drink this again.
Yeah.
After I'm done drinking.
I mean, one of the simple things that you can do, and I do it sometimes, is like when you're gonna have a couple of drinks, that like the ambience is there and everything. Make sure to drink in between the glass, like just a glass of water, because your body is gonna be at some point like dehydrated, and it's gonna be, hey, I'm gonna give you a headache tomorrow,
Yeah.
I'm gonna make you feel miserable tomorrow, so drink your water.
Yeah.
At the same time.
I always, every single day, as long as I have an open schedule, like 6-7 days out of the week. I go to the gym first thing in the morning, and my main like even if I don't work out hard, maybe I'll just go to stretch or just recover or do something like that. But I drink 2 of those shaker bottles at the very top of my day, full of water. So like my water goals have already been like, it's already halfway there in the first like 2 hours of the day. So
okay, that's nice.
For me, that's the main thing I do. I also go to the gym later at night too, but I know a lot of people don't want to go twice in the day.
But at some point, what you need, and this is also what I'm coaching in my online program, it's having a routine. Like it can be so basic, like just what you told me. Having this glass of water when you start, this is already a routine for you, because now you get used to it, and then your body and your mind is like, okay, great, I feel good after that. Now I can go. Let's move on. Let's do for the whatever I need to do for the rest of the day.
Yeah. There's like you just learn. The more water you drink around the time that you're drinking alcohol, the better you're gonna feel the next day.
Yeah.
I mean, it still hits me pretty hard though. So I've tried to
limit
it. Yeah.
It depends what you drink. Before, when you're younger, like you drink whatever you have available.
Yeah.
Now I like to to taste a good wine, of course. And even like cocktails. Like I choose. My favorite one. And it's funny because I'm a fitness coach, so I'm going to tell you what is my favorite cocktail. It's Hendrix. It's a gin Hendrix. Gin tonic, let's say, with Hendrix, but a slice of cucumber in it.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yes, it's so good. And yes, you feel a little tipsy. It's nice, but the day after, nothing. Pretty good.
What if you have 3 of them?
Well, you have to just drink more water.
Okay. I'm pretty big. I like whiskey. I just started drinking really expensive whiskey, and I noticed there's a gigantic difference between a $30 bottle and like a $100 bottle. So now it's horrible, but I started buying these like super nice expensive bottles.
Because now what you want, it's not to be wasted. You wanna have an experience. Like when you drink, oh, this is great. Like it's tasty. It feels good. You know, instead of drinking for drinking. Now it doesn't make sense, I want to say.
Yeah. My friend Chris Crescent showed me this Garrison Brothers bottle, and it's like $160. And I tasted it, and I was like, this is the best whiskey I've ever had in my whole life. He's like, yeah, it's like $160. And I went out and bought it the next day.
It's an investment. So like this, you can have it, and then you take it out just for special occasions.
Yeah, exactly. You're not going to take shots of it. That's you're definitely not taking shots of $100 whiskey.
No. You like little sip.
Little sips.
Exactly.
Yeah, it kind of like keeps me chill because I'm not trying to drink a bunch of expensive whiskey. I'm like, this is super good. Let's save it. So what is your diet like now?
I eat pretty much everything, I want to say, but I try to not being full.
Yeah.
I try to be let's say 80% full. It's a little advice that I'm giving because it's in my program as well. Like I have a lot of tips for that. So it's tricking your mind. Like when you're hungry, you wanna eat and everything, but like sometimes you eat fast. I used to eat so fast that I was making myself sick. Now I'm composing myself. I'm taking the time. Like, why in a rush? No, this is a time. Like this is like a ritual, I want to say, when you eat. Yeah. So this is that. Trying to have a ritual, not watching TV, at the same time. Just having your own ritual when you're eating food. Try to eat slow, of course, and then not being full, like 80%, and then it feels good. I'm telling you that. At first it's difficult, but then once you get used to it, your body's gonna be like, yeah, that's enough. I'm good.
I feel like if you fill it up 100%, you're kind of like stretching out your system, and then you're just gonna have everything's gonna process a lot slower.
Oh yeah. Like the digestion and everything. it's gonna be like, hey, it's too much. You know, they're gonna tell you like it's too much. So it's gonna take more energy to process, and then especially at dinner, you know, like it's too much.
Yeah.
You need to compose yourself with that.
Yeah. I believe you could train your metabolism. A lot of people think they're just like, oh, I just have a slow metabolism, and I think no, you probably just like eat too much ice cream at night or something.
The point of all of that, I want to say, no matter what it is to trick your mind.
Yeah.
This is also something that I teach. It's like how to trick your mind. It can, like, for nutrition, for exercise, for everything. It's that, you know. And if you start to trick it, because your mind, it's your friend, but it's also your enemy. Like, because sometimes it's 24/7 saying stuff to yourself that are really not good for you, you know. So there is always a way to trick it in terms of nutrition. It's that, like, don't be fooled, because you're going to regret it after that.
Yeah. Anytime I eat like pizza or ice cream or something, I always regret it after.
Yeah.
I wish there was like a keto ice cream or something to write in.
Oh, there is.
I'm sure there is.
But it's not that good.
Yeah, I know. That's the problem, is the sugar is the good part.
Yeah, exactly.
So I've actually been on a carnivore diet for the last month. There's a few times that I broke it, but I've been on a pretty strict carnivore diet for the last month, and then I've been drinking these like protein shakes. They're like a Jocko Malk, and they're like very, very keto. There's like no carbs and not too much fat, but pretty much only eating like steak and salmon, and I kind of switch the meat every day, and I've noticed a really big difference. I'm not saying I'm going to do this long term, but I've noticed that just waking up every day, my body just works better. I never have any crashes, and I'll just do steak one day, and I'll just cook a giant steak, and then I'll eat it like, I'll usually eat like 2 meals. I'll do a protein shake first thing in the morning, and then I'll eat like one bigger steak right after I work out.
Yeah.
And then I'll eat like a smaller piece later, and then I'm good. I'm not even hungry at all.
Yeah.
And then I'll have like one of these at the end of the night. And then the next day I'll just switch to either chicken or salmon or something. I think there's something to the keeping the types of food you're eating to just very minimal and not throwing all these different things, because your body's got to process all these foreign nutrients and stuff that's coming into your body.
Especially
just
meat.
Simplifying it makes everything work a lot better, and just your system just processes everything a lot better.
Exactly.
And I'm sure there's someone out there who's going to yell at me like, carnivore is like the worst thing you could do, but I feel great right now. I've lost like 10 pounds this month. And so far, I would say, like, there's a few times that I eat carbs this month. When I eat carbs now, it's like a superpower. I feel so strong, and I like, it's like, what is this? Like, it's like giving me steroids or something.
Yeah. So your body is processing it, you know. It's like using it as something powerful.
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah.
You know?
I had pizza the other night, and I wasn't even hungry the whole next day. It was super weird. I was like, what? This is what happens when you just randomly eat a bunch of pizza and you haven't had carbs in forever. I was just good the whole next day. So it was kind of like, I was like, now I understand the carbohydrate loading that runners do and stuff the night before they race. They'll eat a bunch of carbs, so that way they have energy throughout the entire day.
Yep.
I was like, this is the first time I've actually noticed this, because I've eliminated carbs, and now all of a sudden they're back.
When I was a gymnast, it was that as well. Like the day before the competition, we were always eating carbs, you know, and then the day after, it was feeling great and powerful, and then focused to do the best, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what year did you quit working for Cirque?
Because I did everything in car, you know, and I'm someone creative, so I wanted to do something on my own. And I needed the time to rest, because I was a bit tired, because also of the injuries, you know, and then I missed my family in France. So all of these together was like, okay, it's time for me to go back to France. I was in a pretty nice situation. It's just that I needed time. I needed the time to for me.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. And the food also, I missed the
Dude, the bread over there is good.
Yeah.
I went to Paris once, like 10 years ago, and I just remember the bread. I would just go down to the store and just buy I think you just called a baguette or something.
Yes.
Of bread, and I was just like, "This is the best bread
It's
I've
good.
ever had."
Yeah.
That was like all I ate the whole time I was there. Just
Yes.
bread. So would you go back to Cirque, or you passed that?
No. I want to say anything. Like I'm sure they know what I'm doing, but I didn't get the opportunity to go back with Cirque. I pretty much do lots of gigs, but and I'm focusing on helping people as well.
Yeah.
So gigging and then helping people.
It's good to have side hustles and stuff. I always tell people it's like good to treat performing as like the cherry on top.
Yeah.
Because it can disappear at any moment, whether it's injury or COVID or whatever it is.
Exactly.
So you always have to develop other skills. Like I'm learning welding and all kinds of other stuff right now.
That's the thing. This is what I during COVID. So everything shut down. So I decided to focus on coaching. So I started to do some Zoom with people all over the world and then teaching them handstand. You know. Talking about handstand, the way I teach, I use handstand actually to heal people and then to make them powerful. It's not just a simple lesson of okay, you need to have your arms like this. You need to, yes, of course, those are the basics. But I realized through my practice and then coaching people that I could identify fears from people, and the fears that they experience during the process of practicing handstand. This is the fear they have in their own life. That's why I decided to be like, oh, okay, I'm gonna be a fitness coach, but in a holistic way. So like this, it will take the whole aspect of the person and not only the physical, sometimes mental, with techniques. Yeah. It's beyond that. Yeah. That's the part of that. This is the part of my program. That's why the name of my program, it's a 3-month program. It's called Up to You, but up to with the number 2.0. It's up to you to be the best version of yourself. You decided. You take the responsibility for yourself. I'm just here to guide you.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's good because you can't force people to do stuff.
No.
They gotta form their own habits.
Yeah, I tried, and then once they are very locked in their mind, it's almost impossible to say, okay, you should try. No, the good thing about this program is like, and in this podcast with you, it's like people can understand better the why. The why behind this program. Like I'm coming from gymnastics. Pretty successful in the entertainment industry, but stuff happened, like shit happened, like breaking my leg, almost died at the age of 30 because of a freaking chickenpox, and that's why I use these struggles to make people feel their best, I use that.
And you actually made a special link with a discount code for everyone listening right now.
Yes.
They wanted to join.
Exactly. So there is like
I'll link it below for anyone listening who wants to join.
Yes. So what I made, it's I have a 2 weeks challenge on how to work on your hands. This is free. Then I created during COVID a 30-day challenge. It's called Unleashing the Handstand in You. So this is also available on the link. Then after, there's a community that I created. It's called Mind Body Fit Club. It's a Facebook group where I give all of the advice, and then people can exchange during their process. And then there is this 3-month program that is available, and I give away $1,000 for it.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Wow. Maybe I'll learn how to walk on my hands.
Yes.
I would totally try it too. I got to drive around a truck for the next 2 weeks around the country though.
But I always say working on your hands is the same concept and process of working on your feet. You know, you think that it's impossible, but it's the same process. For example, when you are standing up, we're doing that unconsciously because we learn that since we are little,
Yeah.
You have to put your body in an unbalanced position forward. So like this, your leg can catch the balance.
Yep.
And again. This is how we work. On your hands, it's the same. Once you learn how to do a handstand, you got to put your body in an unbalanced position and your hands catch again. This is the process. Walking frontward, backward, on the side is the same process.
Yeah.
So people has the tendency to say, no, it's not for me. So I reverse their process and tell them that it's possible. And then you even, with this program, you even discover more about yourself. So it's not to brag, but I change people's life.
Yeah.
Pretty much,
That's good. Yeah. If you could learn how to handstand, I'm going to definitely try it as soon as my shoulder's like a little bit more healed because I can't put pressure on it yet. As soon as it gets there.
Oh, talking about movement as well, what I do locally, it's I'm a flexologist. So I stretch people.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's good.
I stretch people, but same. It's not only a stretching session. I identify what are your fears when I stretch you, what are like your blockages, the difference between being tight and being tense. I always say people, oh, you're tight. That means that it's your muscle that is tight.
Mm-hmm.
And I say when you're tense, it means that it's your mind that making you tense.
Interesting.
Yes. And I identify parts of the body where all of your fears, anxiety, and all of that are stuck in their body. And this is where I do traction and then acupressure as well. And then that liberates people like tremendously as well.
Wow, that's cool. Yeah. So you said you went back to France, and how long have you been back in Vegas for?
So my plan when I came back to France in 2010 was to create my act and then come back here with Cirque or another company. But Chickenpox, so I spent almost 8 years in France.
And what is your act exactly? Can you describe it to the audience?
Okay.
It's like Sear Wheel, right?
So, I call it balance wheel. So this act, I created, people told me, oh, you need to create your own act because you're pretty talented on your hands. Why don't you do a hand balancing act? I'm like, yeah, but no. I wanted to do something different. So I decided to create this balance wheel. So it's a sear wheel, literally, with 2 parallel bars straight inside the wheel and then 2 parallel arch bars outside of the wheel. And I use it as hand balancing, acrobatics, sear wheel, German wheel, spinning and all of that.
Yeah, I saw in your video you were doing like some flips and stuff on it too.
Yeah, I'm still flipping,
Yeah.
I'm 43, but I still love doing that.
Yeah. Flips are fun.
Yeah.
I'm 33 and it hurts.
It hurts me too, but once you get a morning routine, once you get how your body works, so I hope I can still flip and then doing all of those things until I don't know, like the
wheels fall off. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
There you go.
Yeah.
So what is your future like? What are you trying to work on? What are the main what's Matthew doing in 5 years?
I with the process of creating this act, the balance wheel, I also discovered that I want to help people, and I want people to have fun while they work out. So with this program as well, and it's in the process, I made a mini version of the balance wheel, and it's called the Body Fit. It's patented. It's not on the market yet because there is still stuff that I need to figure out. But I want to democratize this fitness device for everybody, with a workout program that I designed as well. And so like this, people can have fun at home. Yes, that's pretty much it. And the the quote for this device, it's let the fun build your strength. So I wanna people have fun and then also being strong at the same time. Yeah.
Okay. So did you make the wheel yourself?
No. I I made the. You mean the big wheel?
Yeah, the balance wheel.
The balance wheel. I actually have 6 of them. Because the first one is never the good one. So I have 4 in France and I have 2 here. So many people did it. Like the last one, because now I have one with LEDs as well. It's a Ukrainian guy that did it for me.
Yeah.
Pretty great.
Let me try to pull up the video you sent to me and then we could watch it for the audience.
Yeah.
So have you been booking that act pretty often?
Sometimes, yes. I actually today had a confirmation that I'm gonna perform for the F1 at the Frog Camp.
Oh, cool.
Yes.
There we go. Let me just copy. Let's figure out how to get it to this old computer. Yeah, we were supposed to do F1, and then I don't even know what happened, but apparently, like, Cirque is doing it now or something, and it kind of like...
Yeah.
We lost it.
Yeah, it's... You mean independent contractors?
Yeah.
Probably, yes, they all get rid of that, pretty much, let's say. It's a shame. Yes, Cirque, maybe Spiegelworld as well. They are doing it.
Yeah, I heard. I don't know if they're doing it for free, but I heard they were all just doing it for free. But maybe it's just like they're doing it for way less money than all of us who would have needed to charge a bunch of money to do it. Because Cirque is like closing down all of their shows for the F1. Yeah. Which kind of makes sense because no one's going to want to go to freaking a Cirque show when there's an F1 race outside.
Exactly.
All right, so here we are. So
you can put the sound.
It'll actually, it might get copyrighted.
Yeah.
We'll try it. Oh man, sorry. We're in a basement right now, and
it's okay.
The Wi-Fi is horrible. That's not gonna play. Okay, let's try this. Here we go. Why won't it full screen? Hang on a sec. I'm screwing this up. I need a young Jamie. Oh, this is horrible. How do we get this bigger? Theater mode. Well. Yeah, so it's like, if anyone's watching, it's very hard to see because my computer is screwing up right now. It's like 2 steer wheels in one kind of, but there's like bars down the middle of it. And you could do like hand balancing on it too.
Yeah. Like on the unbalanced, like challenging ways,
Yeah.
When I'm doing one arm, it's on a bar that is moving that way.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
That's pretty crazy. No one else is doing it, right? It's
no.
like your own thing.
I'm the only one, I think, that's doing this, pretty much. I also created with the smaller version, for the fitness industry. I was like, maybe I should also create act with this fitness device, and I did, and I have also small device for like this. I can perform it everywhere.
That's interesting. I got it to finally work. So, do you do like the coin spins and stuff like a normal sear wheel with this thing?
To tell you the truth, no. I learned to do the coin with this wheel.
Yeah.
But I'm sure if you give me a sear wheel, I probably gonna know how to do the coin. But then the rest, I will need to practice.
Oh, you have LED too.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. It kind of looks, not to hate on sear wheel, but it looks a little cooler than sear wheel. Like,
thank you.
It looks a little cooler. It looks like there's like, I don't know, way more variety. I get a little bored because I've seen so many sear wheel acts.
Yeah, some are very some are amazing. It's just that I try to combine hand balancing, acrobatics, and let's say sear wheel. 3 in 1. So like this, it's a new way, I want to say, to perform. I don't like to be put in a box. which is nice, but also like when the people wants to hire me, they're like, so what are you doing? I'm like, I'm doing hand balancing, and also I'm doing this and I'm doing that at the same time.
Yeah.
So,
well, it's good to be unique. I formed a brand around being unique because everyone would tell me, like, your form sucks. Can you do anything that's not off axis? And I was like, there's no right or wrong way to do anything. Sometimes you're just off axis.
Yeah.
And this is why I started this show, and it's tried to be in our own category and stay away from like what other people are doing.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was why when I like started a footwear company completely based around only acrobatics, because I don't want to, like, as soon as Nike comes in or something, you know, it's like can't compete with them. Yeah. But as long as you're doing your own thing or something, the business can work.
It's risky, you know, because you don't know what's tomorrow is going to be, you know. But for me personally, I'm sure for you as well, it's fulfilling, you know. It's like, okay, I create something and I'm proud of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Being unique.
Yep.
It's the way to go. Blue Ocean Strategy. There's a good book out there I read called Blue Ocean Strategy.
Oh, I have this book.
Yeah. It's about everyone tries to compete with each other, undercut their costs, and they're all in the red ocean. But the moment you can get into your own ocean, the blue ocean, there's no cap to how much you can charge for your stuff because you're unique.
Exactly.
And it's just always better to be alone.
And there is one key word that I learned from this book. It says disrupting.
Yes.
Like, you don't want to be in competition with the others. You want to create your own path, you know, and this is disrupting. And this is it's challenging, but sometimes it's worth trying it, you know.
That was what everyone always asks, like, when are you going to make some running shoes or something? I'm like, I'm never making running shoes. Everyone makes running shoes.
Yeah.
We don't sell T-shirts really or anything like that because everyone sells T-shirts. I'm only selling things that are completely unique, like acrobatic shoes, and like our skate shoes are actually acrobatic shoes. They just look like a skate shoe. So they're at least still unique, but I'm not trying to compete with anyone else because then why wouldn't they just go with the brand with...
I'm with you, man.
Yeah.
Totally.
Cool. Well, I want to thank you for coming on the podcast. Where can everyone find you at?
What do you mean on
social media?
Social media. So on Instagram, I have two Instagram. Mathieu Bolillo. I don't know if you're gonna put the link or something.
Yeah, I'll put the link.
Yeah, and then the other one, it's Ballistic Fit. So Ballistic Fit, it's for my fitness coaching with inspirational messages and then everything that is available. Mathieu Bolillo, it's more performing and what I'm doing, and then I like to show some creative workouts, you know, fun and unique. Facebook, Mathieu Bolillo. And that's it pretty much. And then you have bodybalance.com. This is what my website for the program and all of the stuff that I'm offering. And there is also like the simple MathieuBolillo.com where all of my acts are available that you can see, and then also book me. Yeah.
Cool. Well, thanks for coming on. We appreciate it. Anyone listening, make sure you guys go check out his stuff. And we will see you guys in the next one. Make sure you subscribe. Bye-bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.
That concludes this episode of the Off Axis Podcast. If you guys found value in this, please consider sharing with your friends. Also, subscribe, and we will see you guys in the next episode. Bye, everyone.